So now let's do question 2. We have the expression 4 parentheses 5 plus 6. So now let's go through our order of operations. We'll start with parentheses. So what's the first thing I should do here? 5 plus 6 gives me what? 11. So now you can see there are no exponents in here, so we skip over that. So next we do multiplication and division. Okay, so if you see a number and then a parentheses and then another number, what operation is that? Multiplication. Now, some instructors won't put that multiplication sign in there for you. You'll need to know that a number next to a parentheses number actually just means multiplication. But I'll go ahead and draw the multiplication sign in there. And what is 4 times 11? 44. So now, let's talk about how to do that in Excel. Now, if you just type 4 and then parentheses 5 plus 6 in there, Excel's not going to know what that means. It's going to get all mixed up on that. So there's a couple things we need to add. Number 1, always add the equals if you intend to tell Excel to do math. And number 2, that time sign that not every math teacher writes down for you in the problem, we have to put in. Because if you enter 2 parentheses numbers next to each other, like this, Excel is going to have no idea what to do. We have to tell Excel that it's multiplication. So we would enter 4 equals 4, multiply, parentheses 5 plus 6. I'll demonstrate in Excel now. Question 2, we would say equals 4, multiply, and then for parentheses, let me go ahead and write down on the slide what that is. The parentheses will be Shift 9 to open and Shift 0 to close. So we say times, that was Shift 8, then Shift 9 to open parentheses, 5 plus 6, then Shift 0 to close. Now we got it made. And now just press Enter, and Excel does the math for us, and we get 44. And that was a match for what we got here. That being said, let's go on to the next problem. 6 divided by 2 plus 3. Once again, let's think about our order of operations. What should I do first, the division or the plus? Division. And 6 divided by 2 makes 3 plus 3, which makes 6. Very good. So now, when we enter this into Excel, the division sign is going to be the /. The / is going to be next to your Shift key on the lower right side of your keyboard. So in Excel, we'll say in column A, enter a label saying question 3 equals 6 divided by 2 plus 3. That gives us 6, and that is a match for what we have here, 6. Now let's move on to something a little more complicated where we have more operations. Again, write down PEMDAS to remind ourselves what order to do everything in. So we have a lot of operations here. We have a plus, another plus, a division, and an exponent. Which of those should we do first? Exponent. So let's look at that. What is 3 squared? Because 3 times 3 is 9, you will get 9 here. So let's change that 3 squared into 9 and just rewrite the whole thing. Okay, now let's have another look at what signs are still available. We have a division and 2 pluses. So which of these should I do first? Division. So 6 divided by 2 gives 3. Very good. We still have the plus 9, the plus 1. So now all we have left are plus signs. So 3 plus 9 plus 1, 13. Very good. So now let's talk about how that would go in Excel. we have 6 divided by 2, and as always, remember your equal sign. Even some instructors forget the equal sign, so don't feel too bad if you do too. But I'll make sure I write it down. Equals 6/2, because the slash is my division sign, plus 3 squared. To enter squared, you want to enter this little symbol right here, and then a 2 afterwards. That little symbol is called the exponent symbol. You might hear me call it the raise symbol. And this is going to be Shift 6 on your keyboard. So we say 3, Shift 6 to get this symbol, and then 2, and then continue on and say +1. So we got to enter this whole thing into Excel to get it to do that. So let's head over to Excel and type that mess in. I'll make a marker here for question 4. And we will say equals 6 divided by 2 plus 3 raised to the second power. Again, the raise symbol is Shift 6 plus 1. And we get 13. And that's exactly what you got previously. All right, so now let's move on to square roots. So, does anyone remember what the square root of 25 is? 5, that's right. Absolutely. Plus 10 divided by 2. Now, which of these operations should I do first? Division or plus? Division. 10 divided by 2. 5. And we get 5 plus 5. Very good. So 5 plus 5, of course, gives 10. Now, in Excel, square roots are not so easy to enter. So when you're doing Excel, for square root, that has no key. So we have to use a special Excel function. And the name of that function is SQRT. Now, in the parentheses, you put your number. And before the parentheses, you must put the letters SQRT. And Excel is very strict about spelling. So make sure that you type the letters in the right order, and they got to be just so, or else Excel is going to get confused about it. So when we do this, we begin, as always, by writing an equal sign, the letters SQRT, and that tells Excel that whatever is coming next is going to be square rooted. We do an open parentheses, again by saying Shift 9, and then saying 25, and then Shift 0 to close the parentheses. And then we continue on like normal. We will say plus 10 divided by 2, using the slash for divide. So I'll demonstrate in Excel now. So question 5. It's going to be equals SQRT of 25. Make sure at that point, once you've entered the 25, that you close the parentheses, and then plus 10 divide by 2. That gives you the answer 10. That is a match for what we got previously.